Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And wow, first of all, I'm just happy to be here. God had given me another day and gave you one as well if you're watching my show. So, and I tell you, we got a very exciting show coming your way today. As many of my viewers already know, normally I try to stay away from religion. I try to stay away from politics. But today, we got this guy on that's so special. The work that he's doing is extraordinary. And I just feel that we need to showcase him a little bit because we all love the Lord. And I got my main man, Dr. Terry Spain here. How you doing, T?
JC, Doc, I am doing outstanding. And I'll tell you what, I'm extremely excited about the guest that we have on today. This young man is definitely have a purpose.
He got a purpose. I mean, I've been watching some of his work, man, and I'm inspired to just bring some of his work to light. And I'm excited about this. How you doing, Dr. Cooler? How you doing, Dr. Cooler?
I'm doing great, James. Doing great, Terry. Glad to have this guest on the show today. Really excited.
Wow, we're excited, and we got 30 seconds before we lock all the platforms in at the same time. So, Kevin, I know you're doing great back in San Diego. Won't we lock everything in and let's get started?
Let's start it right now.
All right.
James J.C. Cooley.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show.
Hello. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And I know you guys can feel and see the excitement in my eyes, my heart, and everything, because today we're going to talk a little bit about something I think is so important to everybody. We're going to talk about the beginning. I'm talking about if you're a believer like me, there is a beginning. And we're going to talk about that. We got a young man. I'm talking about young man on there doing remarkable things.
Yes.
And remarkable things. And I tell you what, Dr. Michelle Cooley, how you doing today?
Doing great. Had a chance to talk to this young man. Gosh, we can call him a young man because, we're not old, but we're way older than him.
Speak for yourself, Dr. Michelle.
Now, Terry.
And we got another young man, Dr. Terry Spain. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Also doing remarkable things. And I tell you what, I'm excited, Terry, about this guest that we got on today. And I'm excited about the messages that he's going to be bringing to our audience and viewers. And I'm excited about the AI work that he's doing as it relate to the Bible, as it relate to life, as it relate to everything. So I'm excited about this guy all together. So I tell you what, Michelle, can you please introduce the title of the show, purpose of the show, and introduce this great young man to our viewers and our listeners?
Yes. Well, the title of today's show is A.I Bible Sagas, Bible stories in a new light. And we're having a sit-down interview with musician, creator, innovator, Jason Talley. He's going to discuss the motivation and inspiration behind A.I Bible Sagas, the goals behind it, the feedback he's getting from the videos and the future videos. Jason Talley, he's a versatile individual known for being a musician and an all-around creative, born in Detroit, Michigan. He's always been passionate about technology. His journey in AI video design began in August of 2023. Although self-taught, Jason has demonstrated a keen understanding of AI visual and AI audio techniques to create the online series and movies known as AI Bible Sagas. His journey has been marked by a growing number of supporters across social media platforms with 1.7 million views on YouTube. Oh my gosh. Behind the professional realm, Jason is known for promoting positive thinking and speaking. His journey envisioning making AI Bible Sagas into a live action TV series and a series of books based on the videos produced. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Young Man, Jason Talley.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, welcome to the show, Jason. How you doing? How you doing,
I'm
man?
great. I'm great. Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, man, this we had to. I mean, the things that you're doing out there, and I tell you what, in a world right now where we need togetherness, where we need love, where we need compassion,
Yeah.
sometimes I think we need to reflect back on where we came from and the things that we're doing and why. And I can only speak for myself, a believer. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, all my heart. I mean, I believe in the Bible, but I don't go out there and stomp it, if that makes any sense, because people have their own beliefs. But sometimes I think that we have to reflect back on all of the things that, some of the things that happened prior to us leading up to the generation that we're in. And so your work, I have looked at a lot of your work and just looking at the different stories that you forgot you accidentally sent that to me. And I just went back and looked at a lot of the different parts of the movies that you're making. And so I'm excited about this, and I hope our viewers and our listeners are excited about this as well. But let's get started. Can you please tell our viewers and listeners a little bit more about you? What makes you so passionate about what you do? I mean, how did you get started with this journey? And what popped in your mind to say, hey, I'm going to learn AI, I'm going to learn all these things, put all these things together, create movies, because you're already an entertainer already. I mean, doing so many other different things. So can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit more about Jason?
A little bit more about me. Born and raised in Detroit, Southwest Number Streets, to be exact. Was not born, but raised in the church. My parents are pastors. They have their own church. So that's a lot of my foundational knowledge came from that. Pretty much as far as like starting this journey, it was some social media pages that I would follow in the past, where at the time it was just like moving 2D pictures, and they would just like give a Bible story like in maybe 30 seconds to like a minute. And pretty much I wanted to learn how to do that. Right. So I'm like, I isolated myself for like a good 2 months to learn it, like to like pretty much figure out how to do it, do the research on like what programs or whatever, or even if I had to do it from scratch in Photoshop and Adobe After Effects, I wanted to learn how to do it because I just thought it was like so captivating. Right. So I found myself down a rabbit hole of like just educating myself on like just the different tools, which like it was all new to me. Right. So by the time I did my first video, I was pretty much flying, like building a plane as I was flying it. So like my first video, the creation video, Genesis 1:1 video, I'm still learning how to do like the AI the AI tools at that point. And then when I realized what I had, like what I was out, when I started looking at my stuff, I'm like, oh, this looks way more advanced than what I was trying to learn. So I already had a background of like video editing already. So like pretty much I just took that and combined it. I've had a musician background. So pretty much you hear the music in the background. I'll be feeling like Quincy Jones and putting the music together in the background of these videos. But yeah, I just wanted to like use like all of my talents and gifts and just put it in one thing, and that's pretty much how we got here.
Yeah, Jason, I tell you what, when I saw your videos, it grasped my attention from the beginning, like I mentioned to you before. And so I said, I have to reach out to this young man. And that's exactly what I did. I reached out to you immediately, which was great. You know, that goes to show you the connection that God has. And so for you, I see you said your parents are both pastors, and I see the keyboard behind you. Is the keyboard your instrument of choice, or do you play other instruments as well?
No, keyboard is my instrument of choice. I could play a little bass, just a little bit, but keyboard, that's where I've been.
And how long have you been playing the keyboard?
About 20 years actually. I picked it up when I was 16.
Oh, that's pretty good, because it takes a lot. You know, a lot of people with the musicians, you see some people say that I want to learn how to play instrument, and for you to have the opportunity to play that instrument and profess your craft like you do, I think that's amazing.
Yeah. At the time when I picked it up, is more so was a need, right? Because at the time my parents needed a church musician. So I wanted to, you know, just fill in that space, and like, I'm gonna learn and just do what I have to do just to help out, you know, with my parents' vision at the time, you know. So
wow, you know what? one of the things that I just noticed here is my father was a minister, Terry's father still a minister, your father's a minister. We got three
PKs.
three PKs here, and it's amazing, because just checking out your work and seeing what you're doing. And Terry, just like I said, my DAWG, he like, JC, you got to get this guy on the show.
Yeah.
And so he sent me a little bit of your stuff, and it didn't take me and Michelle but a minute to make this happen. You know, so we got so many things coming your way today. I'm talking about our viewers and our listeners. And I tell you, regardless of which platforms you watching this on, whether you watch this on E36 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, over 65 live streaming platform, welcome to the show. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching this on, go to the comments, ask any question, or you can pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. That's 1-888-344-1170. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
A black man's point of view is the newest.
Let's go! It's the James Cooley Show! It's your life! Dr. James JC Cooley! All right.
realization that life would never be the same, Cooley lays out his struggle to adjust from city life to country life and back again, sharing his hard-earned lessons to educate, encourage, and enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Listen up. It's Dr. J.C. Cooley.
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. And I tell you, got this absolutely fantastic guest here, Jason Talley. And you know what? A young man, a real young man, that's doing great things. And I'm curious to get off into the AI portion. What made him choose this? Self-taught. He's also a musician. And from what I know, he knows the Bible and loves the Bible. and we got a couple of clips that I want to play one right now because I'll talk about the beginning. We have to get back to a place where our generations before us started that instilled things in us that makes us understand that, hey, all the hard work that they put in for us many, many years or centuries ago is still there. And so whichever platform that you're watching this on, if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments, ask any question that you might have, or just pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. But Michelle, I know you coming up, but I want to show this one video called Cain and Abel. And then Michelle, you pick it up and you go from there, okay?
Yes.
Adam and Eve had a son. Then Eve said, "I'll name him Cain because I got him with the help of the Lord." Later she had another son and named him Abel. Abel became a sheep farmer, but Cain farmed the land. One day Cain gave part of his harvest to the Lord, and Abel also gave an offering to the Lord. He killed the firstborn lamb from one of his sheep and gave the Lord the best parts of it. The Lord was pleased with Abel and his offering, but not with Cain and his offering. This made Cain so angry that he could not hide his feelings. The Lord said to Cain, "What's wrong with you? Why do you look so angry? If you had done the right thing, I would have accepted your offering. But you did the wrong thing, and now sin is waiting to attack you like a lion. Sin wants to destroy you, but don't let it." Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let's go for a walk." And when they were out in a field, Cain attacked and killed him. Afterwards the Lord asked Cain, "Where is Abel?" "How should I know?" he answered. "Am I supposed to look after my brother?" Then the Lord said, "Why have you done this terrible thing? You killed your own brother and his blood flowed onto the ground. Now his blood is calling out for me to punish you. And so I'll put you under a curse. Because you killed Abel and made his blood run out on the ground, you will never be able to farm it again. When you try to farm the land, it won't produce anything for you. From now on, you'll be without a home, and you'll spend the rest of your life wandering from place to place." "This punishment is too hard," Cain said. "You're making me leave my home and live far from you. I will have to wander about without a home, and just anyone could kill me." "No," the Lord answered. "Anyone who kills you will be punished 7 times worse than I am punishing you." So the Lord put a mark on Cain to warn everyone not to kill him. But Cain had to go far from the Lord and live in the land of wandering, which is east of Eden.
Wow.
You see why I had to bring him on the show.
Well, I know it's you, Michelle, but Jason, what came across, what vision did you have that led you to put together that presentation and in the way that you did it?
Well, like I said, pretty much it's more so like a combination of like everything I've been good at in the past, right? Like throughout my life, like with the music and editing and graphic design and stuff like that. Pretty much I wanted, like, even as a kid in church, like listening to certain Bible stories, like I would imagine like how, like I would imagine how would they look just
Mhm.
based on the location that these stories take place, if you know what I mean, right? So if you just based off the location that they take place, it just always made me wonder, like, what would these stories look like in a new light, like in color or whatever, right? Um, but the presentation is more so, I just wanted it to be, I just wanted it to catch people's attention for the most part. Like, even with, there's certain stories that could be a little graphic, but like in church or in children's church or wherever you learn them, there's things that's left out because it's like, okay, that's not needed, but I wanted to include those things because it makes it more interesting, especially for the people that pick up the Bible and try to read it and then just can't stick with it. I find that they gravitate to these videos because it keeps their attention.
Jason, so the videos you've been making, we just saw the Cain and Abel one. Are you going from the beginning to the end
Yes.
of the Bible? Oh, that's where you're doing. Okay, I didn't know if you were pulling out specific events in the Bible.
Mhm.
So, what has been what is your target audience for these videos, these online series? I know you mentioned that people, when they look at that, they'll probably be inspired to maybe pick up the Bible for themselves and read it. Is
Yes.
there a certain age range that you're targeting for these specific videos?
Actually, based off my YouTube analytics, the demographic is going from 18 all the way up to 70, honestly. Like, there's probably, I probably say the biggest demographic is like people between their 30s and 60s, maybe.
Mhm.
That's the biggest demographic, but it's everybody is gravitating towards it.
And reading the Bible, you grew up, you're in church,
Mhm.
and you read the Bible and you get your own understanding of what is being said. So, how do you decide, like, are there areas in the Bible that maybe you may have, like, okay, maybe this is what I am understanding? Do you get other input regarding the understanding of the passages you're reading in order
Mhm.
to put that in a video? Do you get others' opinion, or people in the church, or you just pray about it? How do you do that?
So pretty much what I do, I read three. I base my videos off of three different translations. I don't use the King James, um, mainly because of usually that's the version that people pick up and can't stick with. So I wanted to use a translation translations that kept my attention even as a child. So I use the contemporary English version. Now this is a version that came out probably in 96 or 97. This was the first study Bible that my mother bought me in the 90s. And I remember reading Proverbs and where Solomon talking about the lady cheating on her husband and while he's out of town. And it just was so vivid, right? And I remember like just that sticking with me, right? Like, and so that's one version I use. Another version I use is the easy to read translation that came out in 2018, I believe. And the last version I use is called the voice translation, that is translated directly from Hebrew, that came out in 2012. So I cross-reference these translations so I can get a better understanding of what's going on in each scripture, so I can interpret that into the videos where people can understand it. That's my main thing. Like, I can, if I'm putting out videos and people don't really understand it, then I'm like, am I really doing a good job? Like, I just wanted, people to like really be able to sit there and watch it and walk away knowing exactly what happened and what the Lord said in the Bible, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's amazing, Jason. And I know you said that that your goal is to get people to captivate the audience and get people to be drawn in. And I think you've done an amazing job with doing that. But I have a question for you, because anytime you create multiple movies,
Mhm.
sometimes you can find difficulties. But what has been the biggest challenge in creating which book of the Bible, which story that you've used has created the biggest challenge for you so far?
I would say early on, my biggest challenge making the videos was probably some of the action scenes with war and stuff like that. But from like, I literally have been doing this for like a year and maybe 2 weeks at this point, right? The AI systems have upgraded greatly since then. Like, even like if you go from the book of Genesis and to the upcoming book of Numbers, like just the visual of both of those just look completely different. As of like, there are like some things that are challenging, but pretty much it's like the way I view it is more so like a film director. It's more so, it's my job to convey what's going on, even if I can't visually make it happen. I'm a work my way around it to still get that story out.
Okay.
Wow. This is incredible. I mean, it's amazing. If I can say so, because I mean, you using all these different sources to really formulate others' opinion based on their writing, but all of it geared toward the same, I believe.
Yeah.
And this helps you to formulate in your mind where you want to go with this. So, yeah, man, this is incredible. And I tell you what, our viewers, whichever platform that you're watching us on, I mean, if you want to be part of this great conversation,
oh yeah,
if I were you, I would go to the platform, to the comments, ask this great young man any question that you might have, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170 again. That's 1-888-344-1170 is your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Craving a slice of Chicago right here in Temecula wine country? Then dive into legendary Chicago deep dish style pizza at Rosati's Pizza Pub. Piled high with gooey cheese, rich tomato sauce, and your favorite toppings, Rosati's delivers the taste of the Windy City right to your table or front door. Enjoy the cozy pub atmosphere and an impressive selection of Temecula wines. Come on down to Rosati's Pizza Pub for your slice of Chicago right here on Rancho California Road, or order online at myrosatis.com. Rosati's, where Chicago deep dish pizza meets Temecula charm.
Always, always, always out there. Dream big, think big, and be big at everything that you do.
All I want y'all to know is never give up. Keep trying. You'll make it. I promise you.
to provide hope for the future by challenging you to refuse to become a victim of life's circumstance and dare to become an overcomer, because a bigger, better, and more impactful life awaits you. Get the new audio version of his book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, by Dr. James Cooley, on Amazon or wherever books are sold.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Hey, Terry, did you see that new move, man?
Man,
did you see that new move?
Man, I sure did. I absolutely love it.
I tell you, we sitting back having fun with this young man, Jason Talley, and getting his vision, because he does movies. He's an entertainer, does all of these great things, but most importantly, he loved the Lord. And he tells his story based on his research, based on his understanding, and based on the teachings that's been instilled in him and his household, especially with his parents. Both of them are ministers. I know how that is.
Yeah.
And Terry, I know you know how that is.
Most definitely.
And you know what? I believe that that's a great thing to have that understanding, because regardless of what anybody teach you or instill, I mean, you still have to figure it out for yourself. You have to understand that, yes, everybody's telling me, they teach me this, but what do I believe? What do I think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to say that one more time. What do I believe? What do I think? So, our viewers out there, I see that you all out there, you watching, you're doing this, but you're scared to talk. And you don't want to, maybe I spoke too soon. But I see them coming in now. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're on, ask any question that you might have, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170 KCBQ, AM 1170 Answer, FM 96.1, syndicated, San Diego, and we'll get an answer for you. I know you back up, Michelle, but I want to show this other other little video. And Michelle, then I want you to talk to Jason about this one, okay? Michelle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Okay, this is called Numbers, the book of Numbers. And wow. It's a teaser. So here we go. Jason, let me tell you, I sit back the other day and I watched like 15 to 20 of those little short videos. and I know we had a Heather like, hey, your movies are excellent, but sometimes they might need to be because you get caught up in the little segment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, oh no, you can't stop right now. Oh no.
Yeah, I've
What
gotten that a lot.
What I'm trying to say is it's fantastic. It's great. I mean, I just want to know how do you already mentioned earlier that it's the location.
Mm-hmm.
How do you identify the actors and I know a lot of it is AI,
Right.
To portray or do this or you pull from whatever to get the message that you want to get out. Can you tell our viewers and our listeners how you go about doing that?
Well, pretty much I try to keep it as simple as possible, right? Like I said, is like you said, is as based on the location, most definitely. There it's just sitting by myself, like I said, during that time of isolation, just let my imagination run wild of like, what I think this person would look like or whatever. And then just like more so acting like a casting director and like going through certain pictures, AI generated pictures, like, do this person fit this role? Do this person fit this role? Like even the person that you see that I have as God, he went through a few different looks before the final like video. Like now I ran that through a couple of my friends, like, what do you think of this? Because at first he looked like I had him looking like the Silver Surfer from Fantastic Four. Right? So that was going to be his look at first. And then it's like, oh, he looked like the guy from Fantastic Four. And I'm like, okay, I don't want that to be, so I'm like, okay, we're going to tweak the look. And then he went through like maybe 2 more looks into like, I asked my brother, I'm like, what you think? I'm like, oh yeah, that's it right there. So.
Jason, as we are TV watchers, right? When we watch shows on TV, let's say historical shows, right? And then we see certain things and we think that wasn't even created back in those days.
Right.
So we're just, movie buffs, they just pick things. So my question for you, besides the characters, can you tell us about the background of your AI creation? How are you making sure the not only the background, the historical context, and just like the background is very important. How do you make sure that these background images or items were actually there during those specific times? If you understand where I'm going with this.
Yeah. So a lot of the stuff I try to like do as much research as possible. And then on some of them, I just like more so use imagination or just give what the AI generation pictures give me. Like, cause sometimes it's more so like, I can't like, okay, this is the best I could do at this point. But it's a lot of stuff that I pretty much do like research of like, okay, what clothing, like maybe clothing and stuff like that. I try to, because I want it to be as accurate as possible. Like, because I know more so, I'm probably one of the first. Like, well, no, I'm most definitely one of the first people to like do these Bible stories this way. There's more people like maybe copying right now, but I'm most definitely
the imitation is a form of flattery.
most definitely. But like I've noticed like when I first started, like people will have Adam and Eve fully clothed in medieval gear, and like okay, I wanted to make it as thorough as possible, like try to make it very accurate, so that was my goal, because I want to sit there, like, because some things sneak in, right? It's like there's in the Adam and Eve videos, like there's scenes where Adam is wearing gold chains. I'm like, it wasn't nothing I could do about it. That's how I generated. But I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, I try to do as much research as possible and like just try to match it to the time. Cause like I know I wasn't there physically, but more so as the story progressed, I wanted, you know, just to be able to create a world where like you get sucked in while you're watching it and you feel like you're there while you're watching it as well. So you've been doing quite a few videos, but has it been, when did you know when you said, you know what, I got it, I made it, or I'm doing exactly what I need to do? Was there a particular video? Was there a particular number of viewership that you had to make you feel like I'm confident enough to make this video? Well, after the Genesis 1-1 video, I seen how it came. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going, you know, like, because I just wanted to learn it, right? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. I think by the time Cain and Abel came, that's when I was like, okay, I got a formula for it, like where I can make a structure formula and make it work, you know, for the rest of the books. Cain and Abel was the first video to go viral. It has like 2.4 million views on TikTok. It went viral. Like, so when I started, I did the first, you know, like I said, the creation video, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going
to Jason, hold that thought.
Okay.
Hold that thought.
Oh yeah.
And hey Terry, when we come back, ask the same question again. But we got to take a station break.
Okay.
But this is so extraordinary to me. And I see how our viewers are responding and relating. So I tell you what, if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the platforms, 6 to 8 live platforms. Just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have, or pick up the phone, call directly. My main man, Kevin, KCBQ AM 1170 answer FM 96.1, will patch you through, and you can ask this great young man any question that you might have, and I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Hello, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z, and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Yet, The True Life Coming of Age Story by James J.C. Cooley. Using humor, wit, and engaging storytelling, James paints a picture about his arrival in a rural Deep South town and realization that life would never be the same. Cooley lays out his struggle to adjust from city life to country life and back again, sharing his hard-earned lessons to educate, encourage, and enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Craving a slice of Chicago right here in Temecula wine country? Then dive into legendary Chicago deep dish style pizza at Rosati's Pizza Pub. Piled high with gooey cheese, rich tomato sauce, and your favorite toppings, Rosati's delivers the taste of the Windy City right to your table or front door. Enjoy that cozy pub atmosphere and an impressive selection of Temecula wines. Come on down to Rosati's Pizza Pub for your slice of Chicago right here on Rancho California Road, or order online at myrosatis.com. Rosati's, where Chicago deep dish pizza meets Temecula charm.
Dr. James Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, we're talking about A.I Bible Sagas, and we got this absolutely fantastic guest. Got Jason Talley that is explaining his thing, and I tell you what, we got a caller on the line. We got a caller, I think, Letitia. Hey, Kevin, did I get that right?
I believe so. Are you on the line?
We're on the line. Can we bring her in?
Yep, stand by. She should be there. Let me see if she dropped off.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Letitia, how you
Hello?
doing? How you
I'm doing awesome. Thank you.
Wow. Hey, first of all, thank you for listening and watching the show. And you see that this guest that we got here is incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. And we also do a lot of stuff with the youth. And I noticed the gentleman, Jason, you said that the demographic is between 18 and I was looking for something for a little younger. But I have a couple of questions. One, what was the name of I didn't catch the name of the program I would be looking for.
Well, it's just A.I Bible Sagas on YouTube.
A.I Bible Sagas. Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
Yes.
But also, have you done books like Micah or you know how in some of the books in the Bible, because you said that you pull it from, which I thought was excellent, from the Hebrew translation and all that. I thought about the book of Micah where he kind of was a little facetious or a little sarcastic, and he said things like, "Woe to Samaria, you're going to turn into a heap," because we know Samaria means high mountain, and then he said God is going to turn you into a heap. So all throughout the book of Micah, you hear stuff like that. He compared the name and then said what their thing was going to be, what their end was going to be based on the name of that town. Have you done a book like that? And how would you implement that and still articulate in everyday language what God was trying to portray when he said, like, woe to Samaria, but your name means high mountain, but it's going to be heat.
Right. Yeah. So there are some, like, I just did the most recent book I did was Leviticus. I'm working on Numbers right now. Now, Leviticus is the type of book that there's only really one story, right? So when I first started doing this, I wanted to just skip books like that and just do books that have stories, right? But everybody in my comments on YouTube was like, "Oh, please do the whole Bible." So I'm like, okay, I want to at least do justice on those type of books where pretty much it may be Psalms or it may be Proverbs or stuff like that, where I give you a rundown and just break it down, where you can at least understand what's going on in those books, right? I haven't got to that book yet. I'm at Numbers right now. But to answer your question, I'll pretty much just translate it the way I see fit for, just based on the different translations I have. I like to, like I said earlier, I like to make sure that people understand what's going on, even if I have to add it into the narration of what, something means. So I'll attack that way pretty much.
And even though your demographic is, or that's the main demographic, have you seen it gravitating to teens or kids that been preteen or younger, or it's too difficult to understand?
No, actually, I've actually been invited to talk to students that's like in high school and stuff like that, and they pretty much follow the series as well, more so. But I wanted to keep the full integrity of the scripture and tell the stories how they actually happened. I didn't want to leave nothing out.
Wow.
And that's what is attracting me to it, because you said that you didn't leave anything out.
Yeah.
So I heard you say high school, but you didn't see, because you see a lot of kids watching the Roblox and all those other things.
Right. And it's like
they could understand, like a 10-year-old could watch this and have comprehension.
Most definitely. And early, I remember, someone was mentioned in the comments. They was like, I wasn't expecting that. I was watching it with my kids, and we haven't had that conversation yet, like about sex or whatever. But like I said, I wanted to keep it as thorough. Like if it says it in the Bible, I wanted to make sure it's in the videos as well. Like I want to tell the full story.
Wow. Hey,
so what you're saying is maybe watch it first. I'm sorry, go ahead.
These are absolutely fantastic questions. And I tell you, we're down to like the last 2 minutes of the show. But I tell you, we're going to have this guy back on unless he don't want to be back on.
I'll come back most definitely.
We are going to have him back on again. And I want you to call in and you continue to do what you're doing, because I believe that this guy is fantastic. And I believe that he is doing so many great things, so I tell you what, hey, Jason,
yes.
How can people reach out to you and get in touch with you to find out more about you and your programs and support whatever you might need for them to support you?
Well, on all platforms, it's A.I Bible Sagas on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram as well. On Facebook as well. I don't post the smaller videos. I just post the movies on Facebook.
We got a quick question, and I had to answer because I mentioned that to her. There's Martell. I know you have a long way to A.I Saga Bible Story. What are your plans after you're done? 30 seconds or less. How can you explain it?
When I'm done doing the 66 books, I'm gonna do the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'm gonna do the Book of Enoch and those books as well. The Book of Jasher as well.
When can I get you back on the show?
Whenever.
Well,
Whenever.
I leave that up to Dr. Terry.
Most definitely.
I leave that up to Dr. Terry, but this is says, hey, T, I'm gonna be real with you. I was not expecting this. And you already know me. This turned out to be absolutely fantastic. And I just want to thank, first of all, Jason, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. I'd like to thank Dr. Terry Spain. That's my DAWG. For always being there. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning in to the James Cooley Show Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and also Saturday and Sunday, the best of the James Cooley Show, which starts at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We will be back tomorrow at the same time, same place, and always dream big, think big, and be big. I tell you, we'll see you then. It's your life.
Californians already pay the highest gas price.